Hello everyone, how is it going? Hope you're having a good 2023, and I hope it's at least better than my 2023 has been so far, but I'll just keep that to myself. Anyway, you may or may not know this, but I run a predictions page on Twitter. I started it back in 2020, so I was bored over the lockdown and didn't want to do any uni work, so I just went out of my way and predicted what songs that I imagined were on the 2020 year-end list. I didn't know how well I was going to do. I actually did very fucking well. I got 97%. 97 of the 100 songs I managed to predict make it. That was in 2020. I did the same in 2021, and it was actually a lot harder. I got like 95, but still, it was. I enjoyed doing it. I actually don't get much engagement with these. I post like a predictions tweet like once a week, and I only get about 2-3 likes, and they take like hours upon hours to do. But I just found it very enjoyable. I wasn't really doing it for the views. I was doing it for like my own satisfaction. And this year I put in more effort than any other year. I was like estimating how many sales all the songs that were on the year-end list, as well as ones that year-to-date list, as well as the ones that could make it in the future, and making a note, as you can see here. So I've got the estimated sales of my predictions here, and I don't know if you see, but there's a lot of stuff there for these 100 songs, and then some others as well, and others that look like they might have made it. This is an actual reaction. I have not seen the official year-end list yet. Basically, the inspiration for this video comes from both Luke's99 and Siruman, who have both reacted to the EDM year-end lists, and I found their videos very entertaining, so I thought I'd basically do the same. Now, I don't know if you could tell my voice though, but I'm absolutely smashed, and I've had really shit sleep for the past 5-6 nights, so I hope I will react in a way that is engaging and not just be like, oh, I'll be like, what? Hopefully I'll be like, what? I'm good? Is it 12? How'd it get to 12? And so just being like, oh shit, I'm good to 12. I had it like 24. Oh. And by the way, no, I'm not actually reviewing the songs. That's going to be for a different video. You will get that video eventually. Now, unfortunately, when I did this last year, I actually nailed the top 10. I got the top 10 bang on and in the right order as well. By the looks of it, there's one error. Now with this, I think last year the top 10 was quite spread out sales-wise. There were 3 couplets of songs that were very close together for this year, and it was quite difficult. The first couplet was Afraid to Feel and Where Are You Now, because Afraid to Feel is the latest release here, and it was still doing pretty well as the year went on. Where Are You Now would like start to fall off. So trying to figure out whether Afraid to Feel would have caught up with Where Are You Now was kind of difficult, but in the end, I mean, I had a sales gap of a few thousand, like 5,000, so wasn't too concerned about that. Then there was Running Up That Hill and Shivers. Running Up That Hill, massive in like June, the summer, had a very slow decline. Shivers, on the other hand, was huge in January, and it only dropped out the top 40 in June, and like it stayed in the same place for like 3 months straight. So by the time Running Up That Hill's run had ended, its total accumulated sales for the year was about the same that Shivers had. And I actually predicted several times that Running Up That Hill would overtake Shivers, but basically I got 3 monthly updates because someone on BuzzJack posts monthly updates of the year-to-date list. I was posting weekly ones, they were posting monthly ones, of only the top 40 though. It looked like it was going to be close, but no cigar for poor Kate Bush. As you can see, the sales figure is quite close there, about the 3,000. In the end, Running Up That Hill did fall below Shivers. But the one error I made, Go is a difficult one to track because it's not on the genre chart, but also there's like 8-9 versions of it, and they all combine into the same slot. I actually think that the Goddard remix, the drum and bass remix, is actually the bigger one. in the UK at least. It's difficult to tell though. So it was difficult to predict. So I understand how I've over predicted this compared to Peru. But as you can see, there was like 1,000 sales off. It was only in the last week I thought Go might overtake Peru. But anyway, you may have noticed the absence of a song in this year-end top 10. And if you told me back in May that this song would have missed the top 10, I would not have believed you. I would have been very confused because it looked like it was going to be in the year-end top 5 because it was a number 1 for like 7-8 weeks. But it fell off so hard. All of these songs stuck around. Like, all of these songs were still on the charts in October, but this song was gone by, I think it was May. And is it 11? Yes, it's 11. We don't talk about Bruno. I mean, look at this chart, man. It fell the fuck off. All the songs from Encanto fell off, actually. I predicted only 3 are going to make it. And I was pretty confident what else could I do was going to make it, but it fell out. So yeah, that's that. Make Me Feel Good, number 12. See, I did call that in the video. Cold Heart 13. Okay, looking good. We've got matching slots. Starlight 14. Yeah. Starlight was actually, it overtook Cold Heart, and then Cold Heart overtook it again. Starlight has been quite stable, actually. I thought during its peak that Baby was going to overtake it, the H song, because even though it kept Baby off number 1 for like 3-4 weeks, it looked like it fell below Baby, then had a little bit of like a resurgence in a way. So it ended up sticking around on the hip hop charts. But also Cold Heart was a streaming giant for whatever reason. So it did end up doing a little better than Starlight in the long run. Predictions for this chart are way harder than the ones for the Hot 100. When a song falls off the Hot 100, its year-to-date points, they stop being counted. But that's not the case in the UK. Plus, there's also ACR you've got to factor in as well. So a song will fall onto ACR and then fall out. And that's why Cold Heart, I think after it fell off the chart, was able to rise above Starlight because it was still doing a little better. Okay, so far there's only been one slight error, which is actually better than last year. Let's see, 15, 15 green grass. Where did you go? 16. Holy shit. Oh, wait, okay, what? Okay, that's actually quite strange. I did not expect to see ABCDEFU above Baby and above About Damn Time, because I felt like this was another one that fell off very fast, but I think it might have actually held in there more than I anticipated. I mean, yeah, I think I've sort of noticed as well, like songs nowadays on year-end lists, if they peak earlier in the year, the advantage it has overall is slightly lessened than it was, about 3-4 years ago. And that's because songs get viral, everything gets viral, and then it falls off very hard. And you've got songs lower down that are always doing well on streaming, and they eventually rise up. So I thought ABCDFU, I mean, how many sales did I guess it was having? Only about like 3,000, 4,000. I under predicted it here, but like I thought this song fell right off. Like I didn't know. Were people still listening to this in October, November? I mean, they must have done if it's at number 17. But yeah, that was an interesting revelation. What's next? Okay, there's Baby. Baby's at 18. About Damn Time's at 19. What's 20? Right. The reason why I could have sworn Crazy What Love Could Do was going to be in the year-end top 20 for the sole reason that it was in the top 20, weekly top 20 for like 25 weeks. But I've got it outside. Is it 20 or is it I Ain't Worried? It's I Ain't Worried. Okay. Does that mean it's 21? Yeah, it's 21. Does that mean Down Under? Ooh. Oh, okay. All right. I understand that because Easy on Me actually kind of held up, for a bit. Like I think it fell off, and then around like autumn time it started to get quite a few streams. But that was also the case with Down Under, really. I am very happy that Down Under is this high. Like I just think that's so funny. Like more people were streaming Down Under in the UK in 2022 than they were for Mr. Brightside or All I Want for Christmas Is You. Actually, that reminds me, the Christmas ones are always really hard to predict. I've only predicted 3 this year, which is actually 1 less than last year. Where they will be, I don't know. So what's next? Baddest of them all. Thank God I'm Good did not overtake it. Is it 25? Yes, it's 25.
uh, because actually, yeah. So yeah, quite far off here, but I was kind of worried, because I'm Good was so fucking huge. 26 last. 27 Another Love, got that in the bag. Woohoo. First Class. Here's a fun fact, actually. First Class was actually released the same week as Crazy What Love Can Do, but it doesn't feel like it at all, because First Class was a big debut, and it was big for several weeks, and then it fell off pretty hard. But Crazy What Love Can Do was a fairly big debut, and then it peaked like 5 months later. Like, it peaked in like September, and First Class peaked in like April. Mr. Brightside. I did actually have people like say that they thought Mr. Brightside might even make the top 25 this year. I'm thankful that it didn't. I think it was actually a little higher a few weeks ago, but as you can see, like Madison Mall, I'm Good, Last, Another Love, all of these did quite well late on in the year. So if so if that didn't happen, then it could have been in the top 25. Stay 30, okay. Is 31 Unholy? Yes, it's. I'm fucking nailing this, man. I'm nailing. Actually, okay, the top 40 is easy though, because I got sales predictions every month. So I knew the top 40 is going to be easy. It's going to get a lot more exciting the further down we go. Okay, 32, Late Night Talking. It's Overseas above. Yeah, Overseas is above Bam Bam. I think I actually overtook it fairly late on, actually, because of course Overseas was a big release at the start of the year. And then it did fall off, but it actually kept doing fairly well. It just wasn't really on the charts. It was always like on the bottom end of the hip hop charts. I think Bam Bam fell off quite hard. Ed Sheeran songs are really hard to predict because they don't fall under any of the genre charts. But I think Bam Bam, I think because it was a summer anthem, I think it fell off a lot. I was actually over predicting it a bit because I think it fell off quite hard. Yeah, so. And there we have it. Okay. Now, I mean, I actually did the final predictions thing before the last chart week came out. You know what? I'll quickly check that now. I'll quickly have a look. The sales predictions. So, what sales predictions did I have? 7. Okay. It's bigger and bigger every year. So. Because, of course, ACR, it's halved, yeah? So that means that last Christmas, non-ACR sales were about 160,000. That's a fucking fuckload. That's an absolute fuckload. If that's the case, then yeah, I'm worried that maybe there's a few more Christmas songs that have snuck in. Maybe that goddamn Michael Bublé shitfest. Maybe that'll be it, though. I don't know. But yeah, that was like... So that's 17,000 more sales for the final week that I predicted. But look, it was one spot lower than last year, which is good to see. Oh, okay, all right. All I Want for Christmas This Year was only one slot lower. Okay. Yeah. I sort of notice now what happens is All I Want for Christmas This Year gets big right on the start of December, and nowadays Last Christmas then catches it up and does a lot better. So I think that's why they ended up in the same area. Save Your Tears. Right, now this song, I don't... the guy who gives away the monthly predictions, he also does his own little non-ACR chart, like an estimated one. And apparently in 2022, on his predicted non-ACR chart, Save Your Tears was never any higher than number 34 on the weekly chart, but it stuck around. I think it was also hard to predict as well, because like Go, there's 2 versions of this song, and they were doing moderately well, but combined they did quite well. So it was actually doing about 10,000 sales like a week, which is a lot. I mean, that's a lot for a song in 2022 when it peaked in like May 2021. Insane shit. Okay, so Break My Soul is 38. Surface Pressure 39. Okay. And I think Forget Me's 40. Yeah, okay. Now things are going to get interesting because I didn't have access to the monthly year-to-date positions below number 40. So, who's 41? Good for you. Okay, right, that's higher than House on Fire. Yeah, I mean yeah, I understand that. House on Fire is 42. Is that the same place that Good Without was? Actually, I think it might be a couple spots higher than Good Without. Who's next? BMW, Bad Boy, Chiller Crew, got that. Oh, Blinding Lights. Okay. Under the Influence, right? Under the Influence is a weird one because the reason why it's a weird one, my initial sales prediction was an under prediction because, of course, as you might know, Under the Influence was a 2019 release, and then it caught on, like, seemed to catch on in the summer, but it then was certified silver, so it had accumulated sales of 200,000, I think only about in its second charting week or something silly like that. So I kind of assumed that it had already accumulated like 150,000 or so sales before 2022 happened. Turns out I was completely wrong though. It seems this song's first initial virality in any place was actually February this year, and I think this song somehow managed to accumulate like 100,000 sales in 2022 before it even charted. Because yeah, I was pretty shocked to see it this high. A song that peaks this late into the year being this high. Like, as you could see, it's higher than Bad Habit. It did chart a little better than Bad Habit in the UK, but still, like, it was a complete shock to me. But I knew the guy does occasionally give like little sales updates for songs that are currently on the charts for each month that are lower down the top 40. So I saw that. I needed to make a big correction. Like, I think it was around like November time. I predicted it was at number 93, and then I saw his prediction where it's like 54. I was like, what? I hope this song does not last into 2023. But as I said, keep my opinions for another video. IFTK 46. Okay, this is actually a little better than I thought it was going to be. Like the progress, because I had these songs that were doing pretty well at the start of the year, like She's All I Wanna Be, Anyone For You, and The Motto. They're quite lower down than I would have thought because they left the year-to-date top 40 not too long ago. IFTK, I don't think it ever made the year-to-date top 40, but it was always doing fairly good. So that's how it's ended up higher. She's All I Want to Be, okay. This was actually a decently sized UK hit. As you can see, it's higher than it was in Billboard. Okay, Wait For You's ahead of Overpass Graffiti. Look, the Ed Sheeran ones are difficult to predict because they're not on a genre. Oh, okay, and 2 steps higher as well. Okay, wait, does that mean it's 50? Oh, it's not. Oh. 3 Ed Sheeran songs in a row there. Okay. Perfect actually fell out of the streaming chart for a good few months, which is kind of unusual for it. So that's why it's quite a bit lower than it was last year. But yeah, Overpass Graffiti, I don't think it actually charted that well, but that's only because of the 3 song per artist rule. It's completely masking how successful it actually. Yeah, that's so its chart run is what, like 1, 3, 4, 5, 7 weeks, 7 weeks on the chart. Yeah, but it was always doing pretty well. It's just that there was always Ed Sheeran songs that were doing better than it. Did Perfect even chart this year? It might not have. It might not have charted because of the artist rules. Yeah, it didn't. Okay, but it was always doing well enough that it probably would have been in the top 100. But that's because of silly artist rule. I never pay attention to that rule anyway. Remember this one, the weird success story this had. I thought it might have at first, like February, March. I thought this might make the year-end list, but it kept having little viral spurts. Like it was featured in like Love Island in August, and then it re-entered the top 40 off that, and then it had like a big TikTok revival only a couple months ago. So because of that, it's had a bizarre run. I wouldn't have thought of this song as like a modern classic. It's too generic for that, but it really has stuck around. So yeah, 53, my favorite song of all time. Fuck you, Capaldi. Anyone For You, 54. Okay. 21 Reasons, 55. Levitating, 56. As you can see, some of these tracks were still doing pretty well late into the year. The Motto, 57. I was a bit nervous about that prediction. I thought I would predicted it a bit low, but no, I got it bang on. Okay, this one started to fall off pretty heavily towards the end of the year, like a lot of February releases. And like I would have thought at first it would have been around the same place that My Head and My Heart was for last year, which was a little higher. But yeah. it did fell off quite fast. Bad Habit, 58. Anti-Hero, 59. Okay, yeah, I got that. Does that mean think? That's probably the biggest difference yet, I think. 6. And the Enemy was a difficult one to track. There's going to be a few ones here that I was not confident on. Like I wasn't confident on Spaceman or Coming For You. These songs fell off very hard. And except for Coming For You, they weren't in a genre chart, so I couldn't figure out how well they were doing weekly. So, I guess Enemy was doing a little better than I thought. It fell off the charts pretty early in the UK. I think it fell off, was it May time? Yeah, May time. It was off the charts by May. So, it being a number 60 is fairly impressive. 61, fingers crossed. Yeah, it being higher than Fingers Crossed. That is pretty interesting. I did not think I would have overpredicted Fingers Crossed because it was also on the monthly to date until about October, and it just fell off really hard because people moved on with their lives. 62 is Ghost. I got a big hint that this one was still doing. Oh shit, that's up 7. Okay, I guess people are still streaming Ghost quite a bit. This is another one that's fell off on, I think it was on June time, but it's another one that's hard to track because it doesn't fall into a genre chart. So I don't know how well it would be doing compared to other songs not on ACR. So, okay, that's the biggest difference yet. Ferrari, 63. 505, 64. This one fascinates me the most because this is an old song, but it wasn't ever a hit. It was an album track that charted at number 75 in 2007, and it's just had this insane revival in the 2020s really, but of course had a big revival in 2022, and it actually reached a higher peak this year. Big City Life, 65, nice. Spaceman, 66. Okay, there's another one that's difficult to predict, but got it in the same area. Shape of You. Okay, so I actually overpredicted Shape of You because so the guy, he didn't just put on, when he did the monthly updates, he didn't just put the top 40, he didn't just put songs on the charts that are below it, but he also ranked every song that was older than 2021 and posted that as well. And I was surprised because I underpredicted Shape of You several times. Once again, it's an Ed Sheeran song, so it's hard to track. It doesn't do well on Spotify either. I don't know where it does well. But I thought I'd been underpredicting it. But it looks like I think I was actually, but I think maybe it fell off in December. Because I think it was higher than 505 in his more recent updates? I don't know. What's next? Happier Than Ever, 68. Okay. Another one that's kind of difficult to predict because it's not a genre song. Higher Than Riptide. Riptide actually did chart this year for like a week or so. Coming For You, 70. Wow, this one fell off pretty hard. But yeah, I've got that fairly close. Okay. Kind of happy on that. Watermelon Sugar, 71. Another goddamn streaming giant. Bit lower than I predicted. Doja, 72. Okay. Right, now we're getting to close to where the gold area is. It's easy with 2022 releases. They get certified gold. And that's a big hint. It's on 400,000 sales, and it took 400,000 was the cutoff for 2020. So if a song is from 2022 and it's cleared 400,000 sales, then you know it's going to be on the list. So predictions are going to get a lot harder here. Iris, 73. Okay, this is actually only the second year end this Iris has made. Dream, 74. Rocking Around the Christmas Tree, 75. Up 9. This concerns me. This was the third Christmas song that I had on the list and the final one. I think this is also the first year end list it's ever made. I think it is. I guess I don't know how why Christmas songs do better in some years than others. Maybe it's to do with Spotify playlisting. No Excuses, 76. Okay. Higher Than Sweater Weather. Okay. Ooh, okay. Family Madrigal. Yeah, round about where I thought it was going to be. There's another one that's very hard to predict because it fell off so hard. I guess it was doing a tad better than I predicted. Loved One TT, 78. Music for a Sushi Restaurant, 79. Okay, a bit higher. So wait. Okay, so Sweater Weather's lower than I predicted. Oh, Woman's lower than I predicted. Okay. Okay, Woman's quite a bit lower than I predicted, isn't it? It's like 10 lower. Wonderwall at 80. Okay. Is there anything else up here? No, I don't think so. Sweater Weather 81. First year and this is ever made as well. This was never actually a big hit. It felt like it for me, because all my friends liked it at the time. But it hasn't charted past, like, it's never been in the top 40 before. But it's done well on streaming this year. Do it to it at 82. Right, things are getting a bit shaky now. Okay, that's up 14 from where I thought it was, and I guess that kind of makes sense. But this is another one that fell off very hard. Like it did pretty well, and then it just fell off, and like it wasn't on the dance charts for a good chunk of the year. So it was another one that's hard to predict. 83 Shotgun. Of course, this had a bit of a revival thanks to George Ezra's album this year. So I knew it was going to be. It had a good shot on making this. I knew it was going to be higher than the previous year. Shallow 84. Where the hell is Woman? Woman is so much lower than I thought it was going to be. But Shallow 84. Yeah. Stop singing this song at karaoke, please. Pick a different song. 85 Location. Dave had like some sort of big viral spurt, like in April or something, and that's why this song ended up here. That's why a lot of his songs did fairly well. That's why I predicted Clash was going to be. Maybe Clash is next. No, Do I Want to Know's next. Once again, this is I think this is only like the second year end this one is made. Just another streaming giant that generally does well. There you are. Down 17. Okay. Who's next? Yellow by Coldplay. Once again, only the second year end list this one has ever made. And it's actually higher than it was in 2000. I think it was like 95 in 2000. We got it about right. Basically, like this one always does well on streaming, but it needed like the virality push that all those Coldplay songs got back in August to like really get it here. I've also, my riskiest prediction for this one is Viva La Vida at 99, because that one was also doing very well. But this sales prediction was entirely my own, and it was quite a contrived way that I got this sales prediction. I don't know if that one's going to be right or not. 89 Cuff It. Okay. Yeah. Make You Smile. Okay. We're at the final 10. We are at the final 10. What's on here? So everything below Women is still there. Clash. We haven't had Clash yet. Clash, Lost, Super Freaky Girl, Stay in the Night, My Heart Goes, Everywhere, Do It Too, Baby Shark, Flowers, Viva La Vida, Industry Baby. Okay. So far, everything that's made it, I predicted. Let's see if that keeps it up. Everywhere, 91. Okay. I don't think this charted this year. It's just not the one that always does slightly below the streaming threshold. Flowers at 92. Okay. So Ardy has made a year end list now. Super Freaky Girl, 93. Okay. Clash at 94. Okay, a bit lower than I thought it was going to be. That's fine. 95, My Heart Goes. Okay. Wait. Does this mean I've done as well as last year? Lost at 96. Done better than last year, baby. 97. Baby Shark, 97. 98. Stay the Night, 98. 98. Wow, that fell off. So that almost missed it. Fuck. Why did this one have to make it again? Really? Really? That's sad. This one did actually chart. It charted for like a week in the summer for whatever reason. That's annoying. I didn't want it to make a list again. I think that's the same spot it was in 2019. So the last one, is it Industry Baby? Yeah, it's Industry Baby. Okay. 99. I got 99 of them right. That's definitely a personal best. Only one. It was the risky one anyway. Okay, so if I played it a little safer, then I probably would have got it right then, because I Don't Stop Me Now is like my number 101. Yeah, so God, I got that way more right than I thought it did. That was very fun. I like doing that a lot. I will probably get out a ranked video of like the hits and stuff. Thanks very much for joining me, and I'll see you around.